Today we're going to be taking a look into the past of one of the most notorious prisons in the world, San Quentin, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people lost their lives in this facility. And we got some inmates from the late 70s, early 80s. That's going to break down exactly what they're going through living in this prison. If you enjoy, don't forget to tap that like, subscribe, notification bell to the best prison channel on YouTube. And check out my playlist with almost 2,000 lockup videos for you to start watching today. I feel like I just turned on my SNES. Let me turn it down a bit. It was loud as hell.
Life in here is kind of cheap. People can sit there and hurt somebody for just the smallest of reasons. I've seen guys get themselves killed in here for a box of cigarettes.
Hi, Mom. Don't worry about your kid. He's all right.
Don't worry, Ma, your son's cheeks is intact until around 6 p.m. after my dinner tray.
This joint is a keg of something, man. The whole department. You know what I said? We got word out here today that they sent a letter to somebody and told them they're going to tear this mother down. I mean, you know something. Scared me, man.
You're scaring me, bro.
I am afraid.
He said this whole keg needs to be shut down. Look, luckily for me, I'm a professional keg stand champion. That's right, I used to inhale that money upside down back in the day.
As long as they have San Quentin, I think you're going to always have violence.
San Quentin is a scary place, you know, and when inmates come here, almost without exception, they're frightened people, and frightened people behave.
Why is the deputy chained to the wall? Was it someone going to snatch him through the chuck hole?
Differently.
That must have been his keychain or something. Long wallet chain. I trust nobody with wallet chains.
First day I walked in here, I thought somebody had made a mistake. And I said, where am I? You know, I've done a lot of time previously, and I wasn't used to coming in an environment like this. 2 people got killed here the first week I was here. I did 7 years flat in New York, in Attica, and no one got killed, guard or inmate. There wasn't any stickings. God knows how many people have been killed or stuck since I've been here. I've been here going on 6 years now. But in the first 7 days, 2 people were killed here.
I mean, I've done a couple videos on the Attica thing, and it seemed treacherous to me. But this guy, man, he's making it sound like it was a cakewalk compared to old San Quentin.
We do have a high concentration of violence-prone individuals.
These guys are crazy. Or some of them are nice.
Bobby?
San Quentin.
That was Bobby back in the day. I didn't know you were in San Quentin.
The 12 male prisons we have within the system has many years of history and tradition behind it.
It's got a bad reputation, and it tends to live up to its reputation. People, as soon as people drive up to this place, they feel they have to get a knife, or they have to protect themselves, they have to become a tough guy. It's an attitude, it's a personality in itself.
Lifestyle, man, lifestyle.
I certainly hate to be in this type of an atmosphere, caged up like that. You know, this with those cells are only 4.5 by 8. There's not much room, and these guys, majority of them are locked down all day long. You know, that's all day, just to come out for chow, once in a while for canteen.
The whole thing is based on the man's
They had canteen back then.
inside prison. If the man can adjust to prison life and conform to the daily routines and trouble-free, that he's given the opportunity to come and live in the West Block.
I am so thrilled right now. Horseshoes, baby, one of my favorite games in the world. I built a horseshoe pit in my backyard in my last house, but it went to the wayside because I didn't have nobody to play with like I did in prison. That's right, they had a hell of a set in the penitentiary. They took him out. Of course, someone probably got beat with him, but I remember, man, they just started taking cigarettes away, and I didn't know I was about to be transferred to my main prison. This was in Deep Meadows. So anybody out there, send word if there's over there. I forget what building I was. It was a green building at the time. But I buried a big midnight special can of tobacco right in the middle of the horseshoe pit closest to the building. So if someone ever found that, man, they're probably like, damn, I struck gold, right? Because, you know, with the tobacco being gone, you could really make some money. Even when it was in, people were still making money because there was droughts all the time in between commissary orders, or maybe it was a lockdown. Dang, this is bringing back some memories. I used to run, get in position for that horseshoe pit. Man, I love the sound of a good ringer in the morning.
The only remaining honor block within the prison today. Formerly, there were 2 honor blocks, the north and the west, but due to the great influx of violent-type people within the institution, the only honor block left is the west block.
Oh, this is the honor block. That's why they got the horseshoe pit.
6:30 in the morning, and you're out till 10:30 at night.
Damn, they got cats?
The only time you lock up is for count time. It's 5:15. The rest
is that grandma's drapes, man? This is unreal. Looks like he even put a little stained glass artwork behind the toilet. Magnificent, not gonna lie, man. That cat is loving it.
Time your doors are open, you can do what you want to as your cells, as you see here. And we get little privileges like
yeah, nice kitty.
Without getting them picked up by the security squad. A little bit free run. You can be able to go different institutions, different areas in the institution. And if you're a West Blocker, you can go there without much problem.
I don't think you understand how much of a morale boost it would have been for me if I had a cat or a dog. Man, oh man, that would have helped me kill time dramatically. Just pet that fool all night long to my release date, right? I would never bring him anything from that steak tray, though. I wonder what they gave these inmates to feed the animals. You know, maybe a little catnip. Let's not go down the catnip sandwich road they used to feed us in Virginia Beach jail. Just made that video on my shorts if you want to check it out. I used to love them. I don't know about the other people, but I did.
This is my world. I grew up in it. I know it inside out. I know what to expect. It's my frame of reference. You've lived on the streets. When you walk out of your house in the morning, you make automatic decisions that you don't think about, whether you're going to go on a bus or what you're going to do as far as change goes, and even the minor purchases and things that you make through the day. And you're constantly facing people that wear different types of clothing, that have different points of view. You live in a very competitive manner in some ways, in the fact that you're always ready to defend your own view, and you don't even think about these things. In here, when I walk across the yard among 2,500 men, I see nothing but people in blue. In general, I know where their heads are at. I know pretty much what their stories are going to be after I talk to them for 3 or 4 minutes. And it's a life that I'm as at home with as you are with your lives on the streets. For me out there, it's a constant pressure to at least give the appearance of conforming. And I don't understand the streets. I got physically ill the first time I faced a crowd after I come off the row. I couldn't handle it. There was too many different people, too many different views.
And too much disrespect.
Yeah, sure.
Or is it yourself? Or?
No, it's, I know a lot of guys that they won't talk about it that much. They've never made it on the streets. They don't know how to make it on the streets. They go out for a vacation, but they know when they go out, they're coming back. You know, this is home to them. You know, they're institutionalized. The state has taken all the initiative away from them as far as running their own lives and knowing how to run their own lives. In here, you sit back and major decisions are...
Dang, he's shining the brass. Look, Chesapeake City Jail's trustee for like just a few weeks. I told y'all this a bunch of times in my past videos. Wasn't allowed to be a trustee, but someone hooked me up at the spot. Screwed it up really quick, got caught stealing jalapenos and coffee, but that's a different story for another day. One of the jobs they had me doing was shining the brass handles and key things just like this guy's doing, man. Unreal. I totally forgot they had me doing that. Hated it too, man. All them cells, man, you gotta shine them puppies, put some elbow grease in it. You don't see that too much anymore, but, you know, he said some people just don't know how to live on the streets. And, you know, I've noticed that a lot of people, guys in particular, will go from prison to the streets, and they just can't get ahead, man. They can't find a decent job or one at all. Don't have no car, got a little bit of friends, a little bit of family, but they're just as broke, if not more broke than you. Anybody fresh out, look, man, I had to work at fast food for like 3 years when I got out, before I became a landscaper and then a framer and then an artist and YouTuber. So you're gonna go through situations that seem like it's impossible to get out of. But just like prison, through time, man, if you adapt to the streets, and that means down to making money, just like you would hustle in prison, then you will come up on top, man. It's gonna take hard work and dedication. Working long hours, getting paid nothing, right? You ain't getting overtime, nothing. I never got overtime. I used to wake up at 6 in the morning, go to a sub shop, ask Brittany until it closed around 10:30 at night. So there was like 3 or 4 hours I was just working for absolutely free, just to make sure that the boss didn't want to fire me or change me out for someone else. Not to mention, I was trying to make manager of the place. Never happened, even after all those long hours. And then on my break, the boss asks me to go buy him lotto tickets. What can I say? He's the boss, the owner of the sub place, man. Of course, I'll go get your lotto tickets. I hope and pray they're losers, because this is my break, fool. You should have been getting it. You know, and then they have the nerve, even though you were working in there slicing up meats all damn day, to charge you for your meal. You know, so trust me, I seen the wicked and dirty side of the streets where you ain't getting ahead nothing. But it's what you do once you're at that point, man. You got to step over that barrier, adapt fully to the streets, man, and always look for something better. And the next thing that might come your way that is probably a little better might not be what you want at all. But you're going to have to do it again, you know, until you get to the spot where you want to be. And don't forget, man, we all got talents in some way, shape, or form. So try to find yours and use it to your benefit, ladies and gentlemen. But man, you know, I strongly believe that people go back because they just ain't got nothing.
For you, you don't make your own major decisions in here. You have a rent provided for you, you have a home provided for you, you have your food provided for you.
People enjoy that.
Medical care, everything's provided, you know.
Believe it or not.
The only thing that they ask of you is to do what they want you to do, to conform, you know. And after you've been conforming for 20, 25 years, it gets to be pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
When I was young, I rebelled. I spent most of my time in the hole because I didn't go along with the rules, you know, and I fought the system. But now I ride along with it, and I find it rather easy to ride because I'm in the honor block, you know.
Honor block,
my own
jank.
Possessions, not a whole lot, but they're not insignificant either. You know, for me, they're much more than I ever had before in my life. I never had anything on the streets. I couldn't afford anything.
Gregory Powell spent 4 years on death row for the kidnapped murder of a police officer. Well, how the hell did he end up in the honor block? Man, that's that real steel. Dang, homeboy cut up. Oh man, that's that brute. He uses brute cologne on the streets.
This time, I'm a second-time loser. Probably 27 years old this month, and lost everybody. Mom's died when I was in prison last time.
Yeah.
My father more or less disowned me this time around. Written my brother's letters and never received any answers, and it's just me and him and the family, and it kind of hurts, you know. I can see where they're coming from, you know. I've been a pretty big disappointment. The only one in our family that's ever been in trouble, and you know, I'm in and out of jail. And they told me last time when I got out, you know, if I ever fell again, this is what I could expect, you know. But you always tell yourself, nah, you know, they won't do that.
Yeah. Dudes were pretty jacked back then, man. Damn, that's like $375. Holy crap, homeboy's an ox. Look at that face. Get it up. One more. Ah. 100% honky, baby. Honk, honk.
I was a revolutionist and terrorist, a gun runner, a hitman.
I was sentenced to death at the age of 19.
He looks like the hitman from Scarface. That's crazy, man. This dude looks like he might skin someone alive.
I was 3 hours away from execution when Governor Knight commuted me to life without possibility of parole.
Wow.
I've been here since. Actually, I think I'd rather be executed. I'm walking in Death Valley now, man.
I'm staying away from anybody who's got a Grim Reaper like that on his back.
9 brothers and 5 sisters. And I was tired of living out of a garbage can. You know, to survive, I had to eat out of a garbage can, and I used to see kids better dressed than I am, and I said, well, that's for me. So I joined the East Los Angeles gang, and started pushing dope at 11. I was a drug addict at 12. By the time I was 15, I joined an organization called the Tumbareros out of Tijuana. Gun running. We used to steal guns from National Guard armories, any place we could get them, burglarize them, pawn shops, and sell them. But then I got tired of getting picked up and pushed around by the police, so that's when I became a revolutionary. And I blew up police stations just to be blowing them up, and just for fun of it, just to get back at them, because I had too much hate in me. You know, I ain't got that hate now. You know, I'm an old man now.
You hear how the majority of people that we've seen on this channel throughout the years, it seems the same. When you get old, all that rah-rah shit goes straight out the window. I mean, it's still there deep down inside if you have to defend yourself or you have to use it. But man, when you get older, it really softens a man, right? You just see things from a different perspective. And, you know, I'm not that old. I'm about to be 37, but still, I became way, 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 way more softer than I was when I was 18. That's a fact, right? But like I said, if it comes down to it, that animalistic abilities is still there. Trust me. This is a good docu, man. Whoever made this did a pretty good job. Look at the walls on that puppy.
This block is about the
Walls
worst
of
block
Jericho.
institution, I'd say.
East
the
block.
Worst, mainline block. This is where most of the stabbings occur.
Oh, this is mainline, most dangerous.
And well, anyone who was busted on the outside, who was given what we call a beef, a disciplinary. If he gets busted from an honor block, he ends up here. So this is the end of the line.
East Block is, well, we call it Little Vietnam around here.
Dang, man, you don't want to be in a block called Little Vietnam. Especially if you just left the honor block, you can only imagine. They're probably scared to get back into the population, man. Some people might look at them differently, like a suck-up or a bootlicker.
2 months ago, we had a stabbing on the 3rd tier. It was between black and white type thing. And the stairways is a good place. This is where they usually do it, you know, because they're kind of hidden from their guns.
Yep.
Well, as the commanding officer of this block, what do you observe to be the effect of incarceration on an inmate?
Well, take an animal for instance. You know, you keep an animal caged up or a dog chained. You know, they become kind of hostile and they're all very unfriendly. Mm-hmm. And we're all, I mean, animals.
They make criminals here.
The situation here is
What?
pretty hopeless. That the smallest...
I hate to stop it again, but they only gave him 2 seconds. They're like, we're not going to let this guy talk. He's already going down left field. They make criminals here. Cut him. Next.
Things that a free person can give is highly appreciated. For that reason, the teachers are respected and maybe even loved a little bit. But during the lockdown, I might find that I'm giving some man a copy of a novel that I pick up free outside a bookstore that throws it out. And for that, I'm a good guy on the blocks. I felt safer walking through East Block with so-called rapists and all kinds of criminals than I feel in Lucky Markets, you know, where I don't know who I'm dealing with. But generally speaking, convicts, I find, give you a chance. They give you a chance to be a human being. If you behave humanly, you're pretty much in. if you treat a person viciously, you can get away with it here.
All right, we got to break something down really quick. What am I going to speak on? If you were to guess on anything in this image, what would I be speaking on? I told y'all I landscaped a bit, and I still love to garden at my house. And around my house, I got plenty of nighttime lights throughout the garden, front and back. And I love them. So let's go ahead and break down these UFO-looking puppies, man. I need a couple of these. Man, right? These were some nice little grass lights. When those lights came on at night, people screamed, "Beam me up, Scotty."
A chance to be a human being. If you behave humanly, you're pretty much in. If you treat a person viciously,
landscaping was great.
You can
Bush is shaped perfectly
because the men are in chains.
Oh man, you know he's a gangster. CO right there. He got his hat tilted 45-degree angle.
Center. Many of you probably already heard. Gibson had a piece, refused to lock up. Personnel went in after him, flak vest, etc. Howard was hit twice in the arm, minor injury. Officer Howard, that's correct. Sergeant Marrera got a scrape on one of his hands. Officer Sanders got a slight graze on the one of his hands with a knife. No one serious injury.
That's Gibson.
That's Gibson. Gibson was then taken to the hospital, placed in a psych ward where he is now. The psychs feel that perhaps he was mentally deranged at the time of his acting out behavior. That then, as I see it, would preclude the possibility of DA prosecution. Anyone have any questions, comments, criticisms? Shut up.
Hopefully you enjoyed a little closer look into San Quentin. Like I said, we're a third of the way through. We'll make this a multi-part series, but tap that like, subscribe, notification bell if you did enjoy. And let's just all be thankful that we weren't locked up in San Quentin back then. But I'm working on a new piece of artwork. One of my silhouette style boards with the sunset. Hold on, I'll get it for you, let you see it. The beginning stages. As you can see, it's a sunset. Goes up, 6-foot board. And I'm going to put 2 palm trees. Boom. Boom. Silhouette. 2 surfers. A guy and a girl. Right here. And, of course, epoxy it. It's going to shine like a diamond. I might bring the water down a little bit. Probably to about here. I feel like I might have brought the silhouette rock formation a little too high. So I'll probably, drag it down a bit. And go from there. But it's going to be a beautiful piece, man. All my sunset boards sell instantly. And another board that I'm working on has the same style kind of beginning. It's going to have the sunset with the sun. But under here is going to be an underwater reef scene. So I'm working on all these things. And if you want to follow my artwork, go to my Etsy page. I'll keep it linked in the description of the video and in the comment section below. But until the meantime, as always, y'all be easy, be safe, and stay free.